Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as we speak, Peter George Kaluma is now furious with the East African community after just yesterday's concluded AUC election. George Peter Kaluma, the Honorable and Member of Parliament from Homa Bay Town constituency, is now saying this: I will petition the withdrawal of East African community from African Union. When George Peter Kaluma posted this, Honorable Caleb Hamisi responded to his tweet saying, "You will even petition God to return you to the womb until you learn that Ruto does not know how to manage Kenyan foreign policy. Africa or the world are not hustlers. You lied to." Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, as we always do, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you automatically support the work that I'm doing in this channel, because sometimes you watch and you forget liking the video. So this is just a reminder. Please, as you watch, consider liking this video. Thank you so much for that like. Now, I want us to go head on this statement of Honorable Peter Kaluma. And I want us to understand something that happened in this East African community. As we speak, the current chair of East African community is William Samoei Ruto. When Raila Odinga started campaigning for his bid, he started with Uganda. And Yoweri Museveni assured us that he was going to vote for Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga went ahead to Tanzania, where the president, Samia Suluhu, promised to support Raila Amolo Odinga. The same thing happened with the President Paul Kagame of Rwanda, who also promised and said that Raila Odinga was so experienced and he was the man to be given this position. In other words, the majority of East African community countries decided to support Raila Amolo Odinga, majority of them. But what happened, Kenyans? What happened? Remember, this issue of Congo ilileta problem. This issue of Congo. Nakumbuka William Ruto siding with Paul Kagame of Rwanda. Na pale kumbuka ile issue ya DRC, wakati William Ruto and side with Rwanda, yet he is the chairperson that should be maybe neutral and to ensure the solution is going to be, of course we are going to have solution. William Ruto decided to side with Paul Kagame of Rwanda. And remember, when he's siding with Paul Kagame in this issue of DRC, remember, DRC Congo is in East African community. What happened? William Ruto lost a vote to, of course, that ilikuwa inatoka Congo. Look at the issue of, for example, Rwanda. Wakati William Ruto wa East African community ali side na Rwanda, then Rwanda iko tena vita na South Africa. Muliona hiyo vita in between South Africa and Rwanda, wakati even we saw some called looming war in between South Africa and Rwanda. Again, there William Ruto lost South Africa. Cyril Ramaphosa is a close friend of Raila Amolo Odinga. Yoweri Museveni is a close friend of Raila Odinga. Samia Suluhu is a close friend of Raila Odinga. Tshisekedi is also a close friend of Raila Odinga. But how did Raila Odinga, of course, lost some individuals in East African community that even pushed him to have, I think, second or fifth round or sixth round was at 22. If this East African community angeenda head on, at least angekuwa na 2 votes, at least ingemsukuma. But now it is because of William Samoei Ruto. William Ruto does not understand how to deal with diplomatic issues. You know? So when he's deciding with Paul Kagame, and South Africa is having problem with Paul Kagame, and Congo is having problem with Kagame, unaona vile votes inapotezwa pale. Remember one thing also. On the same note, Tanzania is in East African community. Again, Tanzania, the Republic, of course, of Tanzania is also in SADC, the Southern African business community there. Tanzania iko pale. I saw Congo na Madagascar wako pale. You know? Haya, wakati SADC inatoa uamuzi kwamba they want to side with their candidate. Unaona ile votes, let me tell you one thing. Ile vote yenye Madagascar ilipata first round. Ile vote yenye Madagascar ilipata first round ile 10. You just imagine Raila Odinga angepata hiyo vote. 10 of them. Na mara kwanza Raila Odinga alishinda na 20. Hiyo ilikuwa 30. Na Raila angekuwa 30 na huyu Djibouti angekuwa 18. Nani angeenda mbele? Raila Amolo Odinga. So the problem is William Ruto, the way he handled this issue of foreign diplomatic issues. On the same note, earlier on, William Ruto sided with Israel. In the African Union Commission Summit yesterday, the president of Palestine was there and he gave his speech. Do you know that we had countries, not even from East Africa or even SADC, but other bloc, African bloc, but they were siding with Palestine. But immediately William Ruto sided with Israel, that was sealed. Do you know that Djibouti is a country coming from East African community, but never got majority of East African community votes? You know? He got from Western, got from Central, Northern, Southern, for example, like SADC, you know. So the problem here is not even Raila Odinga. It's this man called William Samoei Ruto. He doesn't understand how to handle this issue of diplomatic issues. But now, Peter Kaluma is saying that he's going to petition the withdrawal of East African community from the African Union. When Kalibamisi is telling him the truth, what I've said here, you will even petition God to return you to the womb until you learn that Ruto does not know how to manage Kenya foreign policies. Africa or the world are not hustlers you lied to. And that is what I've said here. William Ruto is a man who was the problem here, because the way he was handling these issues was not in accordance to the expectations of some African countries. And so this led them to decide otherwise. Because for me, SADC wangeungana na East African community ilikuwa over. Because remember, East African community wako na over I think 20? Over 20 countries. Then look at SADC iko na 16. Hiyo ilikuwa ngapi? 36 ilikuwa imejaa. But the problem is, nchi zingine zilikuwa zina withdraw moja. Yoweri Museveni hata hakuenda, you know. So we are being told even people like Samia Suluhu and Paul Kagame wali vote otherwise. You know, wali vote otherwise because they have realized this man William Ruto is a thorn here. But They never rejected Raila Odinga because Raila Odinga is the problem. But William Ruto is the problem. Anajionyesha ni kama ndio star. But it's the big problem. So the betrayal there was about how William Ruto is handling some diplomatic issues. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye-bye till you meet in another video.